Hi there, I'm Carlos Calone. This is Election Brief from your election headquarters here in Accra. In the next 30 minutes, we have the latest update from the political scene here in Ghana. We are live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125, all social media handles, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. The election headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants and the German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty. Election headquarters is for an informed electorate. Please stay tuned for details. We are grateful for your time. Now, President Akufo-Addo is confident of an NPP victory in the December 7 general elections following the approval of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as running mate. Now, the party's National Council endorsed the nomination of flag bearer Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia after months of speculation and lobbying. We'll hear from the president shortly, but first, let's take you to the house where Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh hails from. As a royal from Mensia Epijafie in the Ashanti region, his career trajectory is marked by relentless dedication and service delivery to the Asante Kingdom. With extensive experience spanning political, medicine, and education, here's what you need to know about the man touted by the vice president should the NPP win the upcoming general elections.
Mahamudu Bawumia looks better than John Dramani Mahama.
From all economic history and everything, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia stands head and shoulders over John Dramani Mahama.
So 2024 is a done deal for the NPP.
2024 will be a done deal for NPP.
Born and bred in Mensia Epijafie in Kumasi, young Nana Opoku attended Prempeh College for his O and A level before pursuing further studies at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Human Biology. Before delving into active politics, he practiced as a medical doctor, demonstrating commitment to healthcare provision. Dr. Opoku Prempeh, popularly known as Napo, was first elected to Parliament in 2008 to represent the Mensia constituency and later Mensia South, holding on to the seat till now. Nana Kwabena Mensa is Epijafie Asafohene, Napo's royal family.
Napo Epijafie yani pepefia ya tete no ma ne nyini ha ni school kom ni bribia Epijafie no tia kwapem se nyame boaye o graduate in school bribia bani doctorate degree. Here no call medicine or tech. Sana or call abruchery.
The Epijafie is his father's home, where he was born and lived throughout his days in basic school to the university, even before moving to study abroad.
Ojo papa or Breno Hoase. The Sorano pa no Jaria Nadisia na send school. Nana ni waso. One say, obey ready. Na ni nana druwa. Onya koko maomunomwa na bribi mumudia.
He has been a calm and humble child since childhood. He was focused on school and studies. He has always been indoors studying, and he took everything seriously.
Until additional idea or the shano ne papa de teteno more oil no husian oil heneba ewa Epijafie.
He is a prince because he was born to a king.
The fear dear oba oil heneba.
According to Nana Kwabena Mensah, Dr. Opoku Prempeh's confirmation as Dr. Bawumia's running mate has brought joy to the family.
Oh no, nebota ni say obey politics. Na awurade di na kwa kodru baabi e wa mamuom. Nti ura politics mu no enya de a high abusua no kra e bompa ye ma no pa se awurade beto ano so no de na kwa kodru baabi. Nti
his aim is to be a politician and move to greater heights, and the family has always embraced this decision with prayers. For us, we are happy about the selection as running mate to Dr. Bawumia. We are praying for God's protection. This is an exciting news.
NPP amenyokuo running mate. Ebusua no mo fa asem yesen.
Yede mpaibo eta nachi. Yesre nananom samanfo empa yesunsum ni ebribia anta nachi. Na onya hoden won nanamontuom.
The Ashanti region has become critical to the NPP's success in the December polls due to its large voting population. The party believes its chances in the region is bolstered by the selection of Dr. Opoku Prempeh as running mate. Naming Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as running mate also solidifies the NPP's connections with key demographics within the area, potentially swaying votes in the party's favor come December.
I think you have to compare John Mahama with Nana Addo, not Bawumia.
We are looking at both of them coming up against each other in the December 7th general elections.
If you can only compare John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as vice presidents, because both of them have occupied that position as vice president. And I think the comparison is tilted in the favor of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
However, critics argue the choice of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh may not satisfy demands for equitable representation across regions. For Joy News, my name is Nana Akufo-Addo, Kumasi.
Are you ready to win your flags? Are you ready?
Well, President Akufo-Addo has also been speaking. He believes that the Bawumia-Napo ticket is a perfect one to break the 8.
National Council has just endorsed the nomination of Matthew Opoku Prempeh to be the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The NPP has an excellent ticket, and we're going to win with this ticket in 2024, 7th of December. That's the news. That's the news.
How's the feeling?
Feeling is good. The feeling is good. Well, they make a very good pair, and they're going to win.
Let's bring in the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, as well as his opposite number from the NDC, Mustapha Gbande. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Election Brief. Let me start with you, Haruna. Your running mate seems to be receiving a lot of endorsement from party members since his announcement yesterday. And even the president believes his nomination will boost your party's chances. So I want to find out, besides the support from leadership, how has the grassroots reaction been? Hello, Mustapha. Hello, Haruna. Can you unmute so we can hear you?
I've unmute. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay. I'm saying that Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, as selected by the flag bearer of our party, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, and presented to the National Council of our party, was a beautiful event and process that has demonstrated that the NPP remains the beacon of democracy in Ghana. You can see that a lot of consultation has went through for this particular gentleman to be selected as the running mate to His Excellency, the Vice President and the standard bearer of our party. The rank and file of the party, the grassroots, because Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh himself is a grassroots person. I have been a national officer of this party for the second term now and serving as Deputy General Secretary. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, he resonates very well with the party. He has the charisma, he truly knows what the grassroots of this party needs. And this can be demonstrated by his resolve to take up the challenge to introduce a policy that has never been implemented before, and that is the free senior high school policy. This is a policy that has touched base. This is a policy that has touched homes. This is a policy that has touched institutions. This is the policy that has come to transform and change the livelihood and the living standard of the people of this country. So if we talk about the base, the grassroots, I think that the grassroots will be very happy to hear. The young child that has got access to go to school, the young children that have been able to get university to go after completion of the senior high school will tell you that it is truly a positive effect of a choice of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh by the New Patriotic Party and endorsed by the National Council of the party.
All right, some believe that the selection of Napo is just to reward the Ashantis and not really to reflect what the NPP stands for nationally. What do you make of such assertions?
I think that we cannot stop people from making their own opinions because we live in a democracy where everybody can make your own opinion of an assessment that you have to do. But what people have forgotten is that Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh in 2012 was chosen as Director of Elections by the current president and then flag bearer, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, to champion the cause of the elections in 2012, where we had to go to court. We went through with a pink sheet. We were able to accumulate and make analysis of data to represent ourselves in court and to be able to defend. So this is a person that has been able to serve the grassroots of this party. This is a member who has become a member of parliament from 2009 till date, who has won a bigger constituency, who has won when the constituency was divided. This is a member who has served as education minister and successfully led the implementation of the free senior high school. This is a person who was appointed as energy minister, who has also distinguished himself to be able to serve and make sure that he solved problems. This is a person who has served as a medical doctor, who not just in the ward, but also as somebody who does the cesarean sections and then operations and here and about. So he's a medical doctor and he has been able to succeed in the educational sector. He's a medical doctor. He has been able to succeed in the energy sector. That tells you that his choice is not just because he comes from the Ashanti region, but he merits the choice. And he can truly pair His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to be the President of the Republic of Ghana and the Vice President. All
right, briefly, before I go to Gbande, some believe your running mate has human relation issues, which is, they believe is a big problem. How do you intend to market him with this tag?
Many people have tagged Akufo-Addo with such matters, but hence, lo and behold, he became the President of the Republic of Ghana. So this is something that people are entitled to their own opinion. And I don't think that this is something that can be measured. This is something that can stand the test of time because everybody has a human relation and nobody is up to 10. So I cannot say that what they say is true because there is no evidential value to be put on it to be able to test the ability and the human relations of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. This is something that people are expressing and I cannot put much premium on it because I can't test it. There is no report, there is no value, and there is nothing to be able to evaluate such assertions from people.
All right, we'll go to Mustapha Gbande shortly, but you have open nomination in the Manchester constituency. Run us through the timelines of this particular nomination you've opened.
Nomination of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as the running mate to His Excellency the Vice President. We have open nominations for people who are eligible to contest for the position of the parliamentary candidate, running from the 8th to the 9th. So you pick the nominations and you submit the nominations on the 9th. Elections are slated for the 14th of this month in Menshiasat. The chairman for this particular election committee is clearly stated by the General Secretary, which is the first national vice chairman of our party. So it's going to be a very short period, and I believe that we have done that before in Kumau, and we're very successful within the limited time period. And I believe that this is going to be in an internal contest of ideas, contest of representation, and contest of winning for this particular 2024 parliamentary and presidential elections.
All right, Haruna, stay on. Let me cross over to Mustapha Gbande. Mustapha, thank you so much for staying on. Some have described the Bawumia-Napo ticket as a perfect one, as you heard from the president himself, especially given the relatively younger age compared to your ticket, which seems to be older. What is your response to this? The fact that they believe that the younger ticket appears to be, that will appeal to the youth, which will actually cause the outcome of the election.
All right, so thank you very much and good evening to my brother. I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing very well. Quickly, we have spoken about this before. There is nothing like a younger ticket. It's a perfect pair for the NPP to have Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Dr. as both flag bearer and running mate, respectively. It resonates with the NPP. But the question is whether it resonates with the trust of Ghanaians, the expectations of Ghanaians as to who become their next president and vice president. Probably one would want to put into contest track record. What have they done before? The role of governance and government is to intervene in the lives of people so that life becomes bearable to each and every one. They have been in power in the last 7.5 years as vice president and minister for energy and education, respectively. The question is, have they been able to solve the immediate responsibility and expectation of Ghanaians when they had these opportunities? Nobody, there's no perception that Opoku Prempeh has human relation issue. The fact is that he simply doesn't know how to talk. I don't see, people call it arrogance, but I think that he doesn't have the public character that will bring people to the table because he's short-circuited, he's intolerant, and he's not guided in terms of what he says and what he does. Now, my brother talked about free SHS. That is not all. Yes, the NPP brought free SHS. But what next? Are we talking about Dumso? Are we talking about the quality of the free SHS implementation? Are we talking about how satisfactory the policy have been implemented? Today, as we speak, students are complaining, teachers are complaining, parents are complaining. Various research platforms have indicated that indeed, in spite of the fact that we have free SHS, it is very clear that government pays just a little and parents pay. And so if you look at all of this, one will talk about track record issues.
No, but you cannot put all of these on the shoulder of one man. This is a whole government running this particular free SHS thing.
The problem is that the current situation that we find ourselves in, the president is running away from responsibility. The president is running away from responsibility. We also say that the cabinet should not take responsibility, having perused a policy led by the Minister of Education, approved, given the opportunity to go and implement it, and that policy was poorly implemented. Is the minister responsible? Today, Napo is still the Minister for Energy. What has been his track record? What did the country experience when it comes to energy? Today, how much do we buy a liter of fuel? Today, how much do we pay electricity bills? In fact, is our light stable? Our energy consumption, is it stable? Do we even have it? This is not a minister who has shown responsibility and commitment to even try to resolve same. He says there is no Dumso. If you Ghanaians believe that there is Dumso, bring your own timetable. This is the best bet for the NPP. Look, Napo is a royal. There is no two ways about it. Napo comes from the palace of Manshia. But my worry is that the Manshia palace has been one that all of us revere and respect so much. It is not about Ashantis. It's about NPP in Ashanti region. So therefore, under this dispensation, I will be very worried if Mansha does not strongly guard itself, deassociate itself from how politicians in the NPP intends to politicize the royalty to be able to garner vote. Because we all respect Mansha. We see Mansha as one of the highest, most revered royalties in Ghana. We respect Asante Hene as the king of Ghana. But when a king begins to run to political doorsteps, it will be labeled as a politician. Not all Ashantis are happy today with the performance of the NPP. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a very humble character, as I stated yesterday. There's no two ways about it. I can attest everywhere, anywhere in the world, that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a humble person. But has he given Ghanaians the quality of leadership that demonstrates the ethics of sincerity? No. The guy is not sincere. He hasn't demonstrated responsibility in terms of what the economy has become. The economies that was talked about a few years ago, today is running away from economic figures. He's running away from the economy of Ghana. He's running away from where the city is getting up to. So who is actually responsible for the economy? Yesterday, his spokesperson sat on your show and said that even drivers, the vice president brought them to cabinet, to economic management team. But few months back, the NPP says, oh, the economic management team has no locus at all when it comes to responsibility of governance.
Okay, so Mustapha Gbande, respectfully, from where you sit, you believe that NAPO has nothing new to offer to the NPP's ticket. That's your position, basically.
He obviously has something to offer the NPP.
Okay, all right.
But he absolutely nothing to offer Ghanaians. Look, we are not going to play chess. Your children, you should be worried about the future of your children.
All right, I think
and the quality
point,
of leadership that will manage their problems going forward.
Your point
and
is,
the NPP, as it stands today, is not an option. It's not an option at all, because they will kill your children and they won't take responsibility. Your parents will die of sickness and they won't take responsibility.
All right. All right, thank you so much, Mustapha Gbande, for speaking to us here. Let me get your reactions, Haruna. What do you make of these assertions from Mustapha Gbande? He believes that NAPO has nothing to offer. He's failed at the Education Ministry as well as the Energy Ministry.
I think I'm very surprised because my brother, I know, Mustapha Gbande, most of the times learns a lot, he studies a lot, and he has a very good sense of humor. But I'm very surprised of this particular commentary he's making. Let me run you through. Before Dr. Opoku Prempeh took over the Education Ministry, thankfully, the person that handed over to him is the running mate to the NDC. And when he was handing over, there was nothing like free senior high school policy. So that tells you that there was no expenditure in that form to be able to affect the performance of the economy. There was no teacher allowances. There was no nursing allowances. And that tells you that there was no expenditure to affect the economy. They could not provide chalk, which was very essential to what we call the TLMs, teaching and learning materials. They could not pay teachers who had worked for 3 years, and they only come and pay them for 3 months.
All right.
Dr. Opoku Prempeh, when he assumed the role as education minister, he restored the teachers' allowance.
So you believe that he has done enough at the education ministry, because we don't have a lot of time?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
He restored the allowance. He restored the nurses' allowance. There's no shortage of chalk. He has also brought the book and research allowance.
All right.
He also implemented the free senior high school policy. And today, the economy that was growing without this expenditure at 3.4% is growing at 4.3% at the end of the first quarter of this particular year.
Thank you.
So Dr. Opoku Prempeh is a perfect match.
Thank you so much.
We believe that if they think he has nothing to offer, they should sit and watch us. We are going to win this election convincingly with this perfect pair.
We are grateful for your time, Mustapha Gbande and Haruna, for speaking to us here on Election Brief. Away from that story, the government of Ghana is assuring the international community that the upcoming presidential and parliamentary primaries will be free and fair. The assurance was given by Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Ibuadame, who delivered an address on behalf of President Akufo-Addo at the 28th of 248th year of independence at the United States of America, which was marked at the U.S. Embassy Garden here in Accra. There's more in the following report.
Americans all over the world are marking 248 years of independence. And here in Ghana, the ceremony presented an opportunity to the United States Embassy in Accra to reflect on the long-standing relations with one of its closest allies in West Africa. Present at this event were members of the diplomatic corps, traditional rulers and other stakeholders contributing to improving U.S.-Ghana relations. United States Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, sees the occasion as a testament of the strong bond between both countries.
There was a United States, and it began in terrible times. But the fact that we have such a strong relationship now is based on the diasporas that followed back.
See, apologies, we'll bring you that soundbite in our next bulletin. But moving forward, since its inception 8 years ago, the free SHS policy has been one filled with a lot of controversy. While some believe the policy is good and must be maintained, others stand strong on the fact that it must be reviewed, or better yet, abolished for not serving the nation as promised. Lois Shola Ademi has been engaging first-time voters who are beneficiaries of the free SHS policy on their personal experiences and the impact on student, teacher, and the overall educational system of Ghana, as well as their opinion on the policy being reviewed, maintained, or abolished.
What have your experiences been?
Yes, so at least it reduced the level of illiteracy in our communities because the less privileged had the opportunities to go to school and at least have some level of education. So I can say in that aspect it has helped us a lot because even at school most people weren't able to afford provisions or any other things, but because of that they came to school and had whatever they wanted to have, even though some were wayward, but at least it helped in that way.
Helped us, okay.
I heard some school, the school fees is very expensive. And from the family I'm coming from, I said, if there was school fees, there will not be no hope. But because of free SHS, there was hope and I completed. So as for free SHS, it was good for me.
I see you shaking your head. Do you agree? Was it the same with you?
It was free SHS, but it wasn't free. Okay. Because they said free SHS, but they asked us to pay classes fee, which was 400 cedis.
Wow.
Yeah, but I completed SHS and went to check my result and it was blocked. Why? They said I was owing almost 1,000 in the school, so I have to pay before they release my result.
Lack of food. Let's take it. We are like 100 and something. We came to the dining. But some will eat. Some will eat. There are some days, special days. Everyone is there watching shit on. And why? Suddenly, you get my 200.
Aye.
Sometimes the day students in Yaba BDB. But when it comes like beans, no. That one, me and the beans there. You are dying. You are dying.
Is it that the prospectus didn't have the things you needed to bring and you weren't really aware? Wendy, I'm coming straight to you because I can hear you saying a big no.
When we came to school, the first we came to school, they gave us this one list. Mine is about 66 lists.
66?
Well, that's all we have time for today on the Election Brave. You can log on to myjoyonline.com for more election-related stories. My name is Carlos Kaloni. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.